Hello, welcome to Todd Miller TV. You probably have heard by now that the FHA limits in Southern Nevada have dropped. They were previously up to $400,000, and FHA recently changed those, and starting January 1st, if the package hasn't been submitted to FHA, it's going to drop from $400,000 to $287,500. So there's been a lot of, mostly hyperbole, but a lot of panic about how this is going to destroy the real estate market. And actually, I'm going to show you mathematically it's not going to have any effect. Zero effect, and this is why. Okay, first of all, first thing I did is I wanted to measure exactly what happened in the last 12 months. What would this, if they'd done this a year ago, how this would have affected the market. Okay, so I looked at the total number of sales in the last 12 months. So the last 12 months we had 40,827 sales in the last 4 months. So now we know that all of those weren't FHA. As a matter of fact, most of them weren't FHA. Most of them were cash. The next most popular is conventional. So I actually pulled the actual number of FHA loans done in the last 12 months in this market. And it is, so our total number of sales and then FHA 12 months, 5,692. So you're thinking, well, that's a lot of FHA loans. Well, hold on. But all we really care about are FHA loans between this range. Because if you paid over 400, you didn't get an FHA loan. And if you pay under 287.5, you can still get an FHA loan, right? So all we care about is FHA loans between this range. So when we take the number of FHA loans and we just look between this range, this number drops to 409. Well, 409 out of 40,000, this is 1%. It's 1% of all sales, so it's not really going to have any effect, very little effect. Now, I said none, and this is why none, okay? First of all, if you want to kind of get back to this number in a different way, you can do it another way. Cash is 50% of all sales, conventional 25%, FHA 8%. Total sales in the valley between this price range of 287.5 and 400,000 is 14%. That represents 14% of the market. Well, 14%, only 8% of all deals are FHA, so 8% of 14% is basically 1%. It's about 1%. So we get to that number another way. Now, you're saying, but Todd, those are 1% of the sales gone. Well, no, they're really not gone. Actually, they're all going to happen. This is why. FHA loans are for people that are owner-occupants. You have to be an owner-occupant to buy the house. Okay. Now, some of these people that are buying the house, like I did, for example, they have enough money to put 20% down to go conventional. But they're not doing it because they want to save their capital. Maybe they want to go out and buy an investment house or do something else with the money. Fix up the house after they buy it. So some of these people that are buying these houses in this range, say 300 grand, you have to put down 60,000. When the program goes away, if they want to buy a $300,000 house, they just put down $60,000. Okay? Actually, they don't even have to put that much down. FHA limit's $287.5. They only have to put $12.5 down to buy the house. So they could still buy a house FHA loan 300 grand. Okay? So there are people out there, I've worked with them myself, that say, I'm buying, I can go conventional or FHA, I'd rather go FHA because I want to save my cash. Okay? But they could put the money down. Here's the other reason. Remember, these people predominantly are renting right now. They're going out and many times purchasing their first house. Just because the limit changed, it's not mean they're not going to buy a house. Okay, so they don't buy the $400,000 house. You know what they're going to do? They're going to go to their agent and say, what's the most house I can get for $287.5, FHA limit? They're going to still buy a house. They're just going to buy it at a lower price. It's not going to stop them. In our market right now, today in Las Vegas, this is December of 2013, this is a pretty nice house. I mean, $287.5 will buy you a nice house in a nice area. This is not like, this is not like maybe in California where you can't get anything in certain markets for that amount. Buy a single family home, pretty decent. So effectively, this is 0% because this 1% is only all the things that happened last year, but we already have seen that people can either put the money down or just buy a smaller house. So it's not going to stop these 409 sales from happening. They're just either going to purchase outside of this range or put more money down. Zero effect. No effect on the market. This is not going to affect the market at all. That's it's proven mathematically. I got all these numbers out of the MLS, so the agents put in, this is what my client paid, and this is, it was FHA or conventional or whatever. So we know what the numbers are. You've heard a lot of stuff about how this is terrible, and no, it's not terrible. You still have until the end of this month to run out there and buy your $400,000 house with 3.5% down. You have to get the case file, has to be in, I think, by the end of the month. The lenders all know about it, so you can still do it. It can close next year, but it has to be submitted to HUD this month. Anyway, so I thought I'd share that with you. Those are the new FHA limits for 2014. The max then is 287.5. In other markets, it dropped from like 7 something to 500,000 or 600,000 for the FHA max. That is my update for today, and hope to see you on another video. Thanks.